You're never too young or never too old to start investing in real estate. So we're at the property with Mr. Chaudhry. He just retired, and guess what he did? He went out and bought his first investment property, and we were here actually the day after he had closed. And we're going to leave you the link for the other video that we had shot before. But today, we're here for the transformation. We're going to talk about what it took for him to do KBB, which is kitchen, bedroom, bath. So let's go inside and then we're going to show you the numbers. All right, guys, we're inside the house. So this happens to be Mr. Chaudhry's property, and we'll talk to him here in a minute in terms of the numbers. But if we look at the property, I mean, this property needed a lot of work. So let's first start kind of with the kitchen. So where the kitchen is today, obviously it's an open concept kitchen. There was a fireplace here, a pretty big fireplace, and there was a whole chimney stack that went right through the roof. So that was a major expense, kind of getting that done, getting the roof covered, everything done. Now he had to put a new roof on. Obviously now it's a brand spanking new kitchen. It's turned out absolutely beautiful, but to go from the condition that was in to here, this is all new electrical, all new plumbing. Everything is brand new in this property. Another big major update was he ended up adding a additional bathroom. So this property came as a 3-bedroom, 1-bath property. And so we do KBB every time, which is kitchen, bedroom, and bath. So him doing the kitchen, opening up the wall, this added an additional about $40,000-$50,000 in value. Then he made it a 2-bath. It was a 3-bedroom, 1-bath. So by adding the second bath, that cost him another probably $10,000-$15,000, if not a little bit more, because he had to run plumbing. So he had to cut all the concrete, run plumbing all the way on the other side of the property, because your main plumbing line is coming somewhere on this side. So that was an additional expense. But because he went and finished all of that, now to do that, he had to kind of go into the garage space, back of the garage, and do a lot of work. And so that was a significant upgrade. But that kind of made him close a door that was going out of the house. He had to close that door. He had to take out a window. So now you have to adjust all the siding. So a lot of times what happens is what may seem simple, right, ends up adding on a bunch of other work. And it's one of those things. But this property needed it, because if you look around this particular area, the area happens to be an high A area, absolutely great area. And this is Schaumburg. So all the properties around it are really, really expensive. They're going to be $700,000-$800,000 up to $1 million is kind of what it's going to be. And people love these properties, and there's only so much you can do. Then he transformed obviously the bedrooms. The bedrooms were completely brand new, and the second bath, the existing bath, that was completely upgraded. Now this also included complete new HVAC system and a brand new high efficiency, full-time, what is that called? Ever Ready, one of those hot water systems. So he doesn't have a tank. He has one of those instant, on demand hot water systems. So everything said and done, we're going to talk about the numbers on this property, but this was the first project for Mr. Chaudhry. And so it's a huge accomplishment. And as you would imagine, the numbers went over a little bit in terms of rehab, and contractors are always an issue. So having said that, let's talk to Mr. Chaudhry about the numbers, and we'll figure out whether he's happy with the project, what did he buy it for it, what did he fix the property for, and then what was the back end value. So Mr. Chaudhry, as far as numbers wise, what did you buy this property for?
I bought it for 250,000.
250. And on the rehab end, how much did you end up spending? I know it was a little bit over, but how much did you spend?
Yeah, I was estimating maybe like a 50,000, but it ended up around 90.
Around 90, right? My number on it was about 75, because for 50,000, what he was thinking was a way too conservative, and not realistic. So about 90,000. So you're in the property, meaning purchase plus rehab, somewhere around 350,000
That's
plus
right.
some carrying cost.
That's
What was the appraisal for the property?
The appraisal was 460.
460,000. So he did exactly what we teach, which is KBB, kitchen, bedroom, bath. He had to upgrade the property to get a back-end appraisal of $460,000. Now, that appraisal is even better than the property I have down the street, and very similar type property actually layout wise, and my appraisal was not as high as his. So it's a really, really great thing. Now you decided not to flip the property, you decided to keep the property, right?
Yes.
And what are you expecting to rent this for?
I put it for rent for 3,200.
Okay, about $3,200 is what you're going to rent it for. So you're going to have some money invested in the property,
Yeah.
but you'll be able to get a great cash on cash return.
This is a good cash return, and above all, this was a good use of my time and money.
Right.
Because when I got this one, this property was in a really bad shape, and now we cannot understand it that there was a chimney and all that messy stuff over here.
Right.
And
No, I mean, this has turned out to be absolutely, absolutely beautiful in terms of, kind of what I'm saying. It's just what a transformation. We walked in and we're like, oh my God, this is just absolutely beautiful. So from our end, Mr. Chaudhry, congratulations.
thank you so much.
Really, really happy. We were here when he bought the property. We're here back today, and we want to see it rented and cash flowing. That's what it's all about. So you want to grow, you want to learn. See, a lot of other people have theories, but we have properties. You want to learn? Show up at the next cash flow conference. Go to cashflowconference.com. There's one coming up really, really soon. So make sure you go register cashflowconference.com and see you then.